A couple of days after 9/11, I was sitting in a hotel lobby watching the common television when there was a newscast about people getting attacked in various parts of the United States, particularly New York City, because they were apparently Muslims. There was one case where an elderly Sikh man who, for some reason, his attacker decided, I guess, was a Muslim, was shown on camera. He had bruises and contusions on his face. And there was an American woman sitting beside me in the seat next to me. And she and I had been talking about 9/11 and how it had disturbed everyone. But when she saw this image of the elderly fellow who'd been beaten up on television, it almost moved her to tears, thinking, oh my God, that's okay, this has been a terrible thing that's happened to us, but that's not the America that I know. That's not how you react to these sorts of things. That's terrible, terrible scapegoating and the worst kind of reaction possible. In a sense, it had robbed the victims of 9/11 and the entire country of something of the moral high ground that certain Americans were behaving like this. I wonder how long it's going to be before something like this gets repeated. Some lunatic sets off an atomic device, say in downtown Chicago or Phoenix. Then what happens? What is the reaction going to be then? It's a question. It's one of those questions that one hardly cares to ask, and one just doesn't like to face such possibilities. But what's going to happen? As it is right now, the pressure is being deliberately stoked between, or the tension is being deliberately stoked between the two sides in this debate, the West and Islam. And neither side really has a monopoly on blame. I think that both sides are deliberately, or at least a faction on both sides, are deliberately ramping up the tension. We've got to calm things down. I don't want to go down the road that may see European or American or Canadian terrorists committing acts of terrorism in the Islamic world or against Muslims living in our own societies. Do you think that that's beyond the pale? It's happened in the West before. We've had terrorism, homegrown terrorism, not about Islam, but about political ideals, communism. In Canada, we had terrorism over the relatively benign phenomenon of Quebec separatism. They've still got the Basque separatist movement. The IRA have finally seemed to be conclusively given that idea up. But once in a while, you do get that kind of sectarian terrorism in Northern Ireland as well. So the possibility is there in our own society. I think that saying that that's a hysterical thought, that we might get a fringe group targeting Muslims either in the Muslim world or inside their own countries, saying that that's a little bit crazy and paranoid might actually be a little bit naive itself. Thank you.